Hello everyone, as you can see this is a MacBook here 2013 one. The problem is this one liquid damage, most probably water damage. Okay. From outside it looks pretty cool, everything is fine, but it's not working. So now the reason I'm making this video, because water damage or liquid damage, whatever it is, it's a kind of very painful repair, and this is really painful for the user as well, because we don't know how many components are damaged, and everybody thinks like repairing a liquid damage repair is too hard, it costs a lot of money. Yes, that is a messy job, messy repair, I do agree with you, but believe me, it could be quite straightforward. Okay, so two things now. The liquid, if it damage the component and if it like spark out any, let's say, MOSFET, resistant, rheostat, whatever it is, then yes, that is a painful. Or if you make any kind of short circuit in there and damage any specific component, then of course that is a difficult repair and you need to go to technician for it. Otherwise, you could treat your water damage or liquid damage laptop by your own, and that would be very straightforward and easy to do that. So we'll see without replacing any component if you can fix it or not. Okay, you don't need that much tools, you need quite straightforward things, but let's open it up and check first how much damage done by the water. Okay, so first open up all the screws that you can see and take it out. All right, so that's the actual motherboard. I can see already I found some of the damage which one caused by the liquid. So example, if you can zoom in right here. Okay, so as you can see, this is the one and that one, okay, and this one, and here is some kind of stain. Here is the one. So first thing, to observe the board, observe everything, because that one would help you to find out where the damage is. Okay, first thing is first, once you have liquid damage, please do not try to turn it on or do not try to plug in any charger. That's the first step before you attempt to repair. Okay, and second thing is, as soon as possible, disconnect any power source, either the battery or if there is any charger connected, take this out. That's the first thing. So now we are safe. What do you need to do? We need a kind of a tray to dip down this board into the special liquid that we're going to create. Okay, and we need to disconnect every single component, pull out everything to check if there is much or more or how much is the water damage is. So first, this 2013 MacBook here, I'm going to take it apart. So I will start from the battery. That's the first thing I will do that. Okay, so battery also secured with few screws. Let's open it up. So that is the actual battery, as you can see. Leave the battery on the side away. See, there's still the water exists in right here. Now if you check behind the battery also, we can check still the mark of the water and everything in there. Okay, which is very dangerous, right? So first thing is first, take a kind of tissue paper and stuff like that. I always do prefer to use the blue roll. Blue roll is one of the good stuff. So just try to soak it into the water, whatever you can see, and don't lift it up upside down. Leave it flat, because if the water runs from there to the board, it will even damage more. Okay. That's fine. Second thing is the speaker, but we'll leave the speaker. First we'll disconnect every single connector that we could see from here. Okay. we'll check if there is any water damage. Yes, of course there is. Can you see that? Okay, rest everything looks pretty cool without any
Watermark.
yeah, without any watermarks, but there is some I can see easily. Okay, that's the actual board, and also we can see there's the water damage things. Okay, so definitely this one went through the keyboard. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I can save the keyboard or not. Also there is some watermark. Luckily it didn't go to the actual connector. Now let's tell you something. If you see any connector is damaged by the liquid, that could be very difficult to clean up, because sometimes the liquid does burn the actual connector. So whenever you do connect, the Mac can't find out that is connected or not, as that is damaged by the water. But luckily this one is not.
Screen connect.
That is absolutely fine. Now if you check the trackpad, also we can see there is no that much mark except 2 or 3 black mark in here. Okay, which one easily we can clean it out. Okay, but what I'm really worried about the keyboard. Okay, and that is quite tricky if the keyboard is damaged. But anyway, let's take it down right here. Okay, the second one is that one. Okay, there is no sign of any damage, clearly I can see, but still I don't want to give it up. I just want to check it first, because let's say I fixed it and there is liquid damage under the board. Because of this is power source, if that is damaged, there is no points to fix the rest of the thing. So this charging board for 2013-2014 secure with one screw, which is in right here. I will take it out and then I'll leave it right here and disconnect all the connectors. There are 2 connectors, one is flat, another one isn't. So open the latch and try to take this out. Okay, fine. Don't forget this 2 cable comes from here. Okay, also the behind there is no more liquid damage I can see, but still I'll give it a clean little bit. Okay, that's absolutely fine. This is also taken out, so I'll leave it right here. And please, all different screws are different in size, so make sure you keep a note if that is first time in your life, if you are not a technician. Okay, so second thing is, I don't see any damage next to the trackpad, so I'm going to leave it. But before I leave, it's always good to give it a try. Okay, so let's take it out and check what happened. Okay, so this one secured with Phillips screw. I need a Phillips screwdriver. Just a second. And that's the one. That is also absolutely fine. Okay, so now we've taken out almost everything, pretty much everything from the actual board, and also I don't see any damage next to the screen panel, which is positive. Okay, even the connector. Okay, so first I'll give it a clean. Now I need a liquid, which is very simple to make. So I choose that board. I think that should go in if I put it that way. Okay, and might be later on we need to add some thermal paste, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it like that, and later on I'm going to clean it. So first put it in the container like this. If it doesn't go in, no problem. What we can do, we can take this out. Now for screws, I'm going to leave it right here. Those are very sensitive, and it's always good to clean as much as possible the thermal paste, because we don't know what kind of reaction it would make when it goes to the rubbing alcohol. Okay, so first I'm gonna dip it into 99.99% rubbing alcohol. I'll just dip it in that way. As you can see, this is completely soaked under the 99.99% rubbing alcohol, which is fine. I will leave it for 20 minutes, okay, just to make softer the actual oxidation. Okay, all right, so I used biotech solution IP99%. okay, that is my personal choice. Okay, you need to be very careful. This is potential hazard. If this is, as you can see, this is highly flammable, and also it's not too suitable for your skin. Better to use the gloves, okay, if you have sensitive skin and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave it like that. And as you can see, this board, because of there is no any damage, I don't want to soak it under the liquid. What I can do, I can dip a brush and just give it a little bit of clean. So example like that. Even if there is any touch of water, it would go away, or any sort of liquid. Okay, but if you see any damage, you want, make sure you dip into the liquid. Okay, that's fine. So now the board is there. What about the keyboard? Okay, the keyboard might be damaged already, but what I can do, if there is no way to fix it, only you can replace it. But because of it's almost damaged, I will take a risk. So what I'm going to do, can you see the same liquid? I wrote it like motherboard cleaning liquid, which is the same liquid, 99.99% rubbing alcohol. I'm going to spray into the board. At the same time, I have to be careful about the screen. So if anything goes into the screen, and if it like soak in there, it's going to damage the actual component. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a kind of blue roll like that. I'll leave it like that in case if there is any splash or anything, it would not hit into the screen. I'm going to put some tape in there just to cover it properly. I don't want to get anything damaged, you know. All right. Switch. Absolutely fine. Can you see the layer is protected? That's absolutely fine. So now I'm going to tap the key like that randomly. I'm going to leave it for another 10-15 minutes. If you think it's not too much, then again we can apply some more. Let's see what happened now. So let's leave it for a few minutes. So we soaked it in the liquid for half an hour. Now we're going to give it a clean. So how I'm going to clean it, I will take a kind of my old toothbrush, which is quite soft, okay, and I will rub right next to the damage, you know, where it happened. So you need to identify where the damage is, and gently you need to rub it. So if there is any cross connection, it will be cleaned properly. All right, so now we're going to dry this out with the hair dryer. Still there are some marks visible, so take your brush and rub it a little bit. So it's going to dry again. Okay, and there is some. Rest everything looks pretty cool. So now we're going to put it back into the place. Okay, so it goes like that. So it's fine. Now before I close it, I'll give it a try and check if it is working or not. God knows, everything seems pretty cool. We're gonna open it up and put it on the plug. And after I clean it, I can see there are a lot of kind of limescale things which one represent their wine water. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna bring the charger. That's my charger. First thing, we'll try to feel if there is any sound and if the fan does spin and if there is any light on the charger. Okay, so I'm going to connect it. This one light on here. So you can see the green light. Straight away fan is spinning. The chime also. And the Apple logo. And it seems it's working. Great. The fan spin also normal. There is no smoke or anything. And now, I don't know the password because this is from my customer, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to check the trackpad also does work. Yeah. Backspace, it seems it's working. Now obviously if some of the button doesn't work, then we have to replace it. But it seems pretty cool, everything does fine, so that's the way. Okay, so I'm going to press and hold down the power button just to see. Just to see if it does work properly or not. So press and hold the power button, should turn off. Yeah, so it seems it's working. So finally what I'm trying to say, it's also it is charging by the way. Okay, as you can see the amber light, 2 minutes. So now the water damage things could only obstacle to let your machine turn on. Okay, and also it could damage some of the components that you can see. But if the water just goes in, it doesn't damage straight away, especially for Mac, you know, because their PCB are quite strongly designed. It's not like Windows PC. So if it does happen, take your time. First thing is never connect any power source. Disconnect the battery as soon as possible and get some tools, obviously thermal paste because you're going to clean it up, and then soft paintbrush or something like that, precision brush, obviously the screwdriver, that one I used, Phillips, and the Torx one. Okay, if you don't have one, you can search on eBay or Amazon like screwdriver for Mac, you're gonna find it. And then obviously the rubbing alcohol, 99.99%. okay, that's the simple things that I used it. I took some times off, I taken out every single component, observe it if there was any damage. Before damage was here, there and there, also back of the motherboard, and give it a clean, you know, gentle clean, let it dry and put it back and it should be fine. If it doesn't, then definitely some of the components which are damaged or blown out, okay, which one you can't fix it, then you can, when you don't have a choice, you can leave it to any repair center. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching and let me know in the comment section how did you like it. Bye.